All right, welcome back, guys and gals. Just a quick little update on this truck. I've just been driving it ever since the Autocross. I had to do a quick realignment as the truck settled a little bit, and the Autocross settled it a lot. We were towed out a little bit, so it was driving a little squirrely down the road. Fixed the toe. The camber's right on where I want it. It's like 0.01 on both sides, 0.01 in the negative on both sides. So, yeah, we did that, and it's been running very smooth down the road. Just got a little bit of a belt squeal that we're going to be addressing. I have to make a minor change on it. Not like this thing is like, I can't walk into AutoZone and be like, yeah, 1991. It's not really. It's 1991 ish. So I like saying that because it's really true. I've not really done much with the interior yet. I still have to paint that steering column cover, clamshell, but I did put the stereo in it. It's an old junky stereo that I used to have in the green truck back when I still had a stereo in that truck. And I hooked it up. I ran the wires underneath the seat to the back to the rear speakers, and lo and behold, junkyard rear speakers sound terrible. So I've got ZZ Top going in here. Love it. Even if it sounds totally ass. I haven't done any changes in the back. I adjusted tire pressure. I showed you guys a video about that. Infamous Nissan sent me a sticker to rep, so we threw that on there. Yeah, about the Autocross. It actually did what I thought was great for a truck. Ran mid-pack. It ran the whole day. The only problem that I had, and I have to address, is a rust issue. In order to pass Autocross Tech, one of the most important things that has to be done is you have to have a secure battery under the hood. They check it everywhere you go. I mean, aside from the obvious, make sure your wheels aren't falling off kind of thing, but the battery hold down is the most important thing. And sadly, this just a sign of the times. Sadly, the battery tray is slowly disintegrating. So if you'll notice, I have a bungee holding it on right now. It's because the hole where the hook went through, or used to go through, has eroded very badly, and so it no longer hooks there. It'll hook there for regular driving, but it won't hook there for an autocross. Every lap I was trying to find more to hook onto, and it was just flaking away. So I'm going to use threaded rod. I'm actually going to use threaded rod through the inner fender and put nuts on both sides of it and hold it down that way with big washers, so it won't pull through as easy, because I think there's still a little bit left of the inner fender. Opinion questions, guys. I do want to keep working on this thing, and I do want to keep it nice, as nice as a truck like this can be. And I was thinking, and I want to get an opinion on this, I'm thinking about painting from this line inward black. I think that would break it up a little bit. Unless you guys don't think that that's a good idea, I'd like to hear opinions one way or the other. If you like that, say yeah, here's why. If you don't like it, say no, and here's why. I'm open to ideas. Yeah, and going back to the autocross, the thing was real quick. Problem that I had was exactly what I thought I was going to have. They had a long runway with really long slaloms where you could get to speeds of up to, well, one of the guys there was telling me that he was getting up to close to 70 miles an hour on the straights, or not on the straights, but through the slaloms and through some of the areas on the track. I never saw speeds like that out of this thing, mainly because everybody runs in second gear. I had to run in third, and even in third, This motor was screaming. You can hear it in the video, and the truck's actually not going all that fast, because the top speed, when I have the Autocross tires on, the top speed in 5th gear was about 53 miles an hour, and this thing was already doing like 4,500 RPMs. It was too much. I mean, I still want to be able to drive this thing. I don't want to have to do a rebuild after every autocross. So I didn't want to completely annihilate it, but I did want to have fun, so I did get into it. But shifting into 3rd was a time-consuming process for it. It was weird trying to find the right spot in the track to shift to 3rd, and people were looking at me silly because I was shifting into 3rd, and I don't really care about that. But in the process, the first 2 laps, I accidentally shifted into 5th instead of 3rd because I'm not used to the gates on the transmission. The gates are rather tight on this, so I overshot and I got 5th. So I had to downshift back into 2nd, go to the next spot with the engine screaming, the next available spot where I could shift it into 3rd, and you know, it just seemed to. It's just that was the problem with the truck. I'm sure on a shorter course, like some of the courses that the green truck has done, especially at like Delphi or MCC, that this truck probably would have scrammed pretty good. We would have gotten some good stuff going on, because I could have pulled out of corners and just stayed in 2nd the whole time and just be, you know, right on the money. But the longer courses, I wanted to try it out, and I learned something. So I think if I do another one of those events, I am going to take these tires, these front tires, put those on the rear, and then put the Toyo RA1s on the front. That way I've still got a little bit taller tire compared to that, so it'll bring my RPMs down a little bit if I do another event. The only problem, well, I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's a byproduct of autocrossing, is that I'm probably going to heat these tires up pretty good, and they're going to look a little chewed up when I'm done. Daily driver tires, I don't want to beat on them too bad, because this thing runs so smooth. It is so smooth going down the road. I mean, I'm so happy just cruising down the road, and it's a nice cruise, especially out on a lot of these country roads and everything. It's just a nice cruising truck. A little loud, but whatever. You know, it winds up quick with the gears in the back, so people look at it sideways, not knowing if I'm just driving fast or if I'm just winding up quick because I got short gears, which it's the latter. And the brakes have turned out very, very wonderfully. We did some last minute bleeding before the autocross, and a lot of air came out of this wheel right here. You know, once we got that, the pedal got real good, like nice and good, and it stops great. It stops very nicely now. And these four-wheel drive brakes are actually really nice. It stops like pretty hard. The green truck doesn't even stop that hard. So I'm pleased with the results of that. I'm pleased with the alignment results. I'm pleased with you know, how the brakes have come out. The interior's nice, getting nicer, trying to make it nicer. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away on it and sorting it out. But for now, I'm just driving it. I'm just driving it and enjoying it. It's been a great ride. I mean, I was nervous because obviously I always get nervous about the stuff that I do. I'm always afraid that I'm forgetting that one last crucial piece that's going to make it dangerous for me and others. So I guess we're okay for right now. I'm constantly checking it over though, because I want to make sure that that I'm not missing something that may be going wrong over time. I mean, there's immediate breakage and then there's over time breakage. I've had to readjust these bearings a couple times on the front. Don't know why this truck likes to loosen up the bearings ever so slightly. You get like a 30-second of play. sometimes a little more or whatnot, so you tighten it up, put a new cotter pin on it, and it's good to go for a while. And then after the autocross, I noticed that one was loose again, so they take a beating. But I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. It looks fantastic, even with its awful rust problem that it's got going on. The rockers are gone. The fender wells are starting to go pretty bad. This thing, I don't drive it in the winter, so it's going to have a few years, but its days are numbered. At least this cab's days are numbered. This box is probably numbered too. I mean, I can stick my finger all the way through here. I mean, that's bad. This is starting to go. I'm sure at some point we'll start seeing areas where it's going to poke through, like here. But you know what? That's not what this truck is about. This is not a show truck. For trophies, I might go to a show just to irritate people with a loud, rusty truck. You know, just to get a reaction or a rise out of them. You know, because some people can be real hussy or huffy at a car show. So you know, more power to me for doing it. I did add a 4-foot CB antenna. This is wired into the radio, so I can pick up radio stations from the moon pretty much now. I haven't done a CB. I don't think I'm going to really do a CB because I don't really care to listen to CB jabber. I just don't care. It would be for the look, and you know, what's the point? I can save the $40 on a CB radio and invest it somewhere else. So yeah, it's a cool look though. Everybody at the Autocross said it looked like an RC car going around the track with the antenna just wagging back and forth like that. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about me doing black on the center wheels. It might class it up a little bit, you know, because we're doing the classy thing now. This is going to be, you know, I'm going to have this valet parked at some point in its life. I think it would be great to see a valet parked. Yeah, leave a comment down below, subscribe, share, let me know your thoughts, and you know, have a great day.